We need those types of businesses that will make alive again the Royal Theater, that will make alive again the culture and the history.
The lot. I don't mean to cut you off, but the lot is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Take that lot and build the Royal Theater, and then if all the churches had their entertainment there and bring it up, you know what I mean? Every church had a fashion show. Every church had a choir come there and compete. So we could build a mecca. But see, let me say this, because you know I'm trying. But the Blacks and Wax, nothing is historic on North and Bond Street. It should have been on Pennsylvania Avenue. The Reginald Lewis Museum should have been on Pennsylvania Avenue. The DuBois Center is all the way over in Canton somewhere. It should have been there. Because this issue, if we'd have had all the quality places, them bus tours been to come in. All the bull crap would have been gone. It might have been on the 2nd and 3rd Street away. But we keep building everything positive for black and taking it into another geographic area and stop building that. And then the whole thing is, you look at 4th Avenue, 33rd and Falls, these people creating a whole market around their houses. So they don't really got to come out there. They got coffee bars. They got boutiques. They got, quality antique stores. Everybody is building their own community. And we just like, this was like I was watching a documentary last night, that when blacks came from the South, when they went to Harlem, right?
Right.
I mean, people was in Harlem, but they took over Harlem and built it to the Renaissance.
Oh, okay. I don't mean to cut you off, but we have a lot of people that's calling in. But I appreciate your comment.
Well, the date that we can meet, and some people would want to. We could stop talking. We're gonna draw a blueprint up. I ain't saying you stop talking, but I'm just saying. See when we get.
I was gonna say this, Marshall.
No, I mean, we as people, you know what I mean?
I understand, sir.
And draw a blueprint out. And draw the blueprint. And then we try to get people to invest their money into the blueprint. If it's $1,000, $10,000, whatever your income is, and you can get a return on your money. God bless y'all.
God bless you too. Next caller. Caller, you're on the air.
Oh, good afternoon. This is Brother Carlos here. I don't live in Baltimore, but I previously did, and I'm from Baltimore, and I appreciate Baltimore. Let me say that there's already a master plan out there for Baltimore City, and it is to move the Negroes or the so-called blacks out and to gentrify Baltimore City. Let me also say that you have in Baltimore certain nonprofits, certain interlocking directorates that has long been at the forefront of what happens in the development of Baltimore. For example, in Sandtown, Winchester, Doc Cheatham talks about the food market deserts and areas. There is an outfit called the Baltimore Development Corporation, located at 3036 South Charles Street in the heart of downtown Baltimore. Phone number 410-837-9305. Spokesperson Nancy Jordan Howard. Now, I mentioned all these things is because this information can be accessed on the computer. These people operate at the instruction and option and election of the mayor of Baltimore. They are given authority to determine who gets the money for development, where that money goes, and what neighborhoods are targeted. I know this because Doc Cheatham said that he went to these people to ask them for help in developing a food market in his area, and they did not respond, or they told him that the money had been targeted for elsewhere. The question would be, can we find out from these people, also the Greater Baltimore Committee, these what they call interlocking directorates, can we find out why they do not commit money to build up certain neighborhoods?
Well, can I say that the squeaky wheel gets the deal? We have in our community. I thank God for Doc Cheatham, but Doc Cheatham is a part of a few. What happens is that we have so many people in the community that have been anesthetized by what is going on, and they are not participating in their environment. At some point, we have to take responsibility for our own community, and it's just a few people out there. And kudos to Doc Cheatham. And there are a lot of us that are out there screaming, but not enough. You get so many people that are walking the streets as zombies in our community because they are giving them medication to numb them. And they're walking around like zombies, all in the street, all everywhere. But that's a community. But somebody has to speak up, and not just Doc Cheatham by himself. Our elected officials need to be our voice, and be the voice for those that are less fortunate, be the voice for those that are in those poverty-stricken communities. There should be no community in the United States of America that does not have a supermarket that we can shop in to buy food. There should not be a community inside of the United States of America that does not have schools to represent every area, not just primary schools, but there should be a primary school, middle school, and a high school. We do not have that in Sandtown, Winchester, and that should not be acceptable by the city council person. That should not be acceptable to the mayor or anybody.
Whose district is that mostly? So that's the 7th and the 9th, right?
That's the 7th and the 9th district, and so that's who we need to target. Those things need to be addressed.
Hey, Carlos.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that, and I was just going to say that even if the mayor and the city of Baltimore would come together and work together on building a co-op type market in that area with fresh fruits, vegetables, meats, and so forth, it could be one where they could collaborate with the neighborhood associations and build that.
And can I call out the neighborhood associations? All of those neighborhood associations that want the entertainment district. You want the entertainment district, but you can't feed the folks. I mean, you want entertainment. We don't need another song and dance show. We need places to eat. I mean, quality food. We need to educate our kids and not just build dancing theaters and give them a banjo dance. Come on now. We need...
Baltimore has more activists than Carter's got little liver pills. More so-called activists. So if this is the case, then stand up, Baltimore, and
I like that.
So-called activists, and
well, I find that they're only activists when the camera's on.
Actorists.
Well,
Actors.
then you got the heart. You see what the heart of the problem is, and I appreciate your letting me take this, because even outside of Baltimore, a lot of times people know what's going on inside of Baltimore, even though they live outside of Baltimore, and they have a respect and love for the community, and they don't want to see it niggerized. Thank you.
Oh my. He got that in there, right in there.
Sorry, everybody. Okay, we got another caller, but let me just make a comment. So, Carlos mentioned the Baltimore Development Corporation. I believe my understanding, Leon Pickett, interestingly, he comes from the Baltimore Development Corporation. That's why I asked what districts are there.
It is Leon Pickett.
And yes, he worked at the BDC prior to becoming the council person. So you got that, and then he mentioned the Greater Baltimore Committee, and we have people that actually are affiliates. I don't know if they're on the board. Mr. Alvin Hathaway and Todd Yeary. We need to hear more from them on a regular basis of what's going on. And
I encourage you, call my show. Call us,
call
right?
no names out, but I respect.
I didn't call the names this week.
Right. No, I just wanted to let people know, since Carlos named names, we got to connect the dots.
They do sit on the board.
Right. And we're not always privy to some of this information and how things get done. So we can only speculate, how much they are, standing up for our community or addressing and trying to understand and teach us, like, okay, this can happen, or this is the reason why A, B, or C is not happening. So I agree with what you're saying, because on some levels, who's going to come and invest in an environment where, you have people that's robbing, stealing, and yelling out blue tops, black tops, red tops, yellow tops,
it's
in front of your house,
open air drug market right there on Pennsylvania.
We got to be wise, and I'm just saying that because I attempted to do. I started a store on Pennsylvania North Avenue some years ago, and I didn't see some of these, so-called actors. None of them came by to support me when I was, I left my job, my good government job that I had at that time, to try to do something in the core of Pennsylvania North Avenue. I was out there by myself. Many of these actors, activists, I'm sorry, they just kind of, they wave their drive by, beep their horn and wave at me, smile, be like, yeah, brother, go. But they had these radio shows, some of them on 88.9 FM, and I'm sorry, but they never had me on. So I'm just like, man, some of these folks, they pretenders, and they up here, trying to pretend like they've been fighting for poor people for some time. They fake.
And another thing that gets under my goat is that you, instead of them addressing the drug issue, instead of them addressing, ACLU, Jay Stanley, since we calling names.
Who's Jay Stanley?
He is the senior ACLU National Policy Analyst, and
what's the other one?
David Roca from Maryland. Had they walked down Pennsylvania Avenue?
They probably couldn't.
They probably scared to come down on Pennsylvania Avenue. But they're telling us, no, you don't want the eye in the sky. No, you don't want the AIRS program. No, you don't want. You're telling us that what you don't want, but you haven't walked down there in that community. You haven't been down there. And I'm saying it because I'm down there every day. And I'm not buying drugs. I'm helping people. I'm assisting people. I'm volunteering my services, making sure that people get the resources that they need. They don't have food. They don't have housing. And they are still evicting people in the middle of COVID.
Really?
I'm dealing with people who are
not that I'm surprised.
Because you have slumlords that are evicting people in the middle of COVID, and we have a national moratorium that they can't evict them. So I'm in the community. I'm hearing them, and I'm seeing their cries, but it seems like we can't do anything. We're all fussing about the different things that our priorities are not consistent. You can't say you want to stop crime when you don't even know what's going on.
They said we had a call. Next up.
Yes, hello, how are you?
I'm good.
Peace. How you doing?
Hello, how you doing?
Good.
Fred, you guys have a great show going on.
What's up,
Thank
Fred?
you, Fred.
Uncle Fred.
I heard someone say earlier about those activists. I think you need to have some term limits on some of them African activists. You have term limits for activists?
I'm sorry.
50 years ago, I think it was this month or last month, they tore down the Royal Theater.
That's a sad thing.
I was in the service when
when they tore. I was going in the service years ago when they tore it down. I was in the service. My old lady wrote me a letter saying, "You know, they tore the Royal Theater down."
Mm-hmm.
I could not believe that the black people in Baltimore City allowed that to happen. That thing about that arts and entertainment zone in Pennsylvania, that's a dead horse. That's not going to happen because we don't own any real estate on Pennsylvania Avenue.
Mm.
Look up the property. We don't own any. I think black people own about two pieces of real estate on Pennsylvania Avenue. At the most.
Wow.
Okay, I think one of them is the Art Social Club. That's on Pennsylvania and what's it on
Pennsylvania North.
Mm-hmm.
Pennsylvania North.
The arts,
I
right.
think black own that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the rest of the property up Pennsylvania, the black people own that property. It's not going to turn it into no black entertainment zone. That's not going to happen.
Right.
I mean, it's just a pipe dream. What should have been done, when they were talking about that pavilion down at the harbor, at 2.5 acres of land that owned by Baltimore City,
Yes.
the black community should have figured out a way to force them to put the Royal Theater Museum and Entertainment Center down there. We have no footprint in the harbor.
Well, I do remember back when, even when Lawrence Bell was the president of the city council, there were some proposals to do that, and it didn't go anywhere.
To do what?
Let's hold that thought so we can take our
Oh,
station ID.
We're gonna take a break. Hold on. With
Hold
the
on, don't go anywhere, Fred.
5 seconds.
All right.
WOLB Baltimore and WERQ FM HD3 Baltimore.
You guys are back.
All righty. What I was saying is that there was a proposal to build the area where I think they put the ice ring to build a black arts entertainment center